do your thing here, bud. Nobody's any better at this than you are.
Have fun, take a deep breath.
Give them hell at the end. Good luck to you.
Fight like hell like we do every week. You are the best here.
Brett, be affirmative. You told me to get on.
Info. Ready. Ready. Go slow. Green, green, green. Lock it down, lock it down.
I'm destroyed, and I just got drove through like 6 times on the 14th. What the f*** is he thinking? That is the stupidest thing I've seen in my career. Literally.
Everything you described is accurate. Haven't even finished the second stage yet. Half the field's wrecked.
Hell yeah.
11 got it. Proud of you there, Matt. Good job, pal. Thanks, man. Good job all day. Great work, my man. Great work.
Keep putting yourself in position, we'll win our share, right? We got one back today, brother. Good job.
10-4, great job, guys.
And welcome back for part 2 of Racing in the Draft. After a short rain delay, or storm delay, or power delay, we're back. Sorry about that. Can't control Mother Nature and the electric company, but power is back. And we even had enough thunder that it rattled a small little picture frame off the wall. Yeah, that was kind of crazy. We're all sitting in the dark and trying to find what fell off the wall. But yeah, it was kind of intense here for a moment. As you can see here from the radar, it came through with quite a punch, and we actually didn't get the brunt of it. And it was kind of ugly here. So downtown Richmond, stay safe. But either way, I think we were somewhere in here. I think I was talking about Todd Gilliland. Not real sure, but welcome back. Make sure you hit me up in the chats and comments if you're back, if you were watching the first one, or if you're just now joining for the second one. Either way, hit me up in the chats. Let me know what you think about weather phenomenons and while doing live videos, or what you think about the race today. But either way, we're back. Todd Gilliland, 5,100. Practice speed was pretty good, 21st, starting 24th. Todd did win the truck race at Circuits of the America last year. So Todd's actually a pretty good little road course racer. And now, do I think Todd is a top 10 contender today? Possibly, but doubtful. More likely, he'll end up with a decent finish, maybe hunt for a top 15. With his price, I think that potentially gives some warrant to taking some Todd Gilliland, and he's probably the lowest price driver that I would be interested in today. So I've got 25 to 30% ownership on Todd Gilliland, mostly because he is a decent road course racer. He finished 18th in the Cup car earlier this year at COTA. He won truck race at COTA. So his stats in the truck series are pretty good on road courses. So I've got some interest in Todd Gilliland today, 5,100, because we've got to save some money if we're going to be taking the top tiered guys. So the guys that I'm probably not interested in, Josh Bilicki, who did run the truck race yesterday, so he's got some experience, but starting 29th, not interested. Your practice speeds were 32nd. You've only got 2 top 20s out of 13 starts. I think you kind of start where you finish. So no interest in Josh Bilicki. And then last but not least, we've got Cody Ware, who they should have just left the car, and the team back in North Carolina, because they missed inspection 4 times. They couldn't get through the inspection process, so they never took a practice lap. They weren't allowed to qualify. I think they're going to get a stop and go penalty after the green flag drops. They're going to get hit with a 10-point penalty and a fine and loss of crew and crew chiefs for a team that is already in bad sorts. So even starting 36, I have no interest in Cody Ware. 10 road course starts never even sniffed the top 20. So don't need to spend much time on that. We looked at this on Friday, also optimal lineups from previous Sonoma and other road courses. But we've got, Kyle Larson starting from the pole, finished in first. He led 57 laps. Yeah, I mean, the only person who could get close to his point total was Kurt Busch, who started 30th. So great PD upside play for Kurt, finishing 6th. And even with that, couldn't get up to where Kyle Larson was last year. If you had one lineup, would you take Gillen, LaJoy, or Burton? Gillen. LaJoy, I think, is snake bitten and not that great of a road course racer. Gillen is a better road course racer. Harrison Burton's okay, but I'm trying to remember where. And Burton starting 26th, Gillen starting 24th. I think Gillen's a better road course racer. And yeah, so now Harrison's got some more experience. But as my value, I like Gillen more than I like Burton. But I think both of them play if they fit. So one or the other. I mean, if you're really going top heavy, you could take both if you're really trying to save that money and really trying to get, that Larson, Elliott, Bell type play. I think you might be able to fit all of those guys in. In fact, we can do that since I kind of missed this earlier. Let me pull this up real quick. I lost all my signups and sign-ins up. Give me 1 second. Let's put a potential lineup in together real quick. Maybe not real quick, but let's see. Draftkings, draft team. So let's start at the bottom first. Let's go Gillen, Burton. Now let's go for the top guys. Let's go Larson, Elliott. Now Bell. So what we've got? Reigning salary, $9,400. You can fit, I think, out of that, AJ. So you could put together a Larson, Elliott, Bell, Allmendinger, Burton, and Gillen in a lineup and still have $600 left over. So that potentially could be something to look at doing. Not saying I'll run that lineup, but that doesn't turn out to be an awful lineup. If you took Harrison Burton out at 56, 6,200. You can go Chris Buescher. I mean, the only other one might be a Ty Dillon just because of his starting spot. But yeah, I mean, other than that, yeah, I mean, you could take both of them, and then you could fit a lot of really high priced guys in there. So yeah, good question. Made me think a little bit. I don't think I had that as a potential lineup, but I put together 40 of them. So I don't think it was one of my top 3 lineups though. I may have had something similar to it though. But other road courses that we could look at. I mean, as you can see, we're not shooting for dominators here. It's place differential and finishing position is what. Yeah, my pleasure, family man. Thanks for joining. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for the shout out on the last video. I appreciate that. Make sure if you're new to the channel, make sure you go hit that like and subscribe button and get updated. I think we are completely off next week for Father's Day weekend. So potentially no video for next week. I think they run a truck race next weekend. If I remember correctly. Like I said, we've got some time. The other video got cut short. What do we have next weekend? Do we have anything next weekend? Trucks next Saturday. Well, that was yesterday. 25th. Yeah, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. If I don't have, I want to see the full schedule. Schedule. No, we don't have anything there. Xfinity, no, Xfinity has 2 weeks off, so I know they don't. The trucks. The trucks, yeah, trucks race at Knoxville. Oh, on the dirt. Yeah, Nashville is next for Cup and Xfinity. But if you do truck stuff, last year's, if anybody watched last year's Knoxville race, that was an absolute hit show with an S. It was brutal. They tore up more trucks in that race than I think in any other race I've ever watched. I'm not sure a truck came out of there that still had 4 wheels on it. It was pretty much a demolition derby. So if you're looking for something fun to watch next Saturday at 9 p.m., go check out the Knoxville Raceway. Ooh, it was ugly last year. Hopefully this year will be a little bit better. But yeah, that was pretty crazy. Yeah, so Watkins Glen from last year. I mean, once again, it's value and finishing positions. I mean, Austin Dillon made it in there. Chase Briscoe from 27th to 9th. I think Philly Man talked about Briscoe being underrated. Yeah, he is a little bit underrated at road courses. I think he's underrated totally, completely, to be honest. Actually, I think you were talking about Buescher. But, yeah, Buescher's underrated. I think Briscoe is somewhat underrated on road courses. Anthony Alfredo is now just driving Xfinity. So, Ross Chastain at Coda earlier this year, we talked about that. Chase Elliott coming from 12th. But as you see, I mean, none of the guys started in the top 10 to make the optimal lineup. Michael McDowell made it into it. So, I mean, like I said, Michael McDowell, he's an underrated road course racer. And then Road America, I mean, once again, all guys that started from the rear. Now, that one was weird. Qualifying was weird. I mean, Chase Elliott didn't make a qualifying lap. Kyle Busch didn't wrecked his car and had to go to a backup. I mean, there's Chase Briscoe again. He didn't have a qualifying lap, from what I remember. But yeah, Road America was a little bit odd, but it's still. If you look at this, I mean, other than Watkins Glen, we didn't have anybody start in the top 3. Kyle Larson last year at Sonoma started first and finished first, but he dominated that race. That was a true dominator. But let's kind of recap what we're looking at. For dominators, like I said, I'm hunting for that one, and I'm only picking 4 this week, really. I mean, it's Larson or Elliott, to be perfectly honest. Ross Chastain, because he's starting 7th. I think he can get up there and potentially hunt for a win or at least a podium finish. And Tyler Reddick, just something in my gut says he's going to have a good day. So looking for one dominator. Place differentials, I mean, I'm hunting for 3, if not more. And I think between the place differential and the finishing position kind of plays into the same pot a little bit. But I mean, Martin Truex Jr. starting 28th. I did put Kyle Busch starting 12th as a potential place differential because, I mean, if he finishes first, that's a pretty big, significant place difference. Eric Jones, I mean, AJ starting 16th has easily a potential top 5, so that's 10. I look at place differential, anybody that finishes 10 spots better than where they qualified. William Byron, I don't love that pick by any means, but I would much rather take an Austin Cindric for $800 cheaper. I mean, Alex Bowman starting 19th. And then, potential finishing guys, I don't really love a whole lot of these. I think Briscoe might be one to look at. But then out of the values, I mean, we talked about Todd Gillen would probably be my absolute number 1 pick. I mean, Bubba Wallace at 6,400 is a little bit of a value pick, starting 27th, and Harrison Burton starting 26th. Don't really love the Justin Haley pick because he is starting 18th, but he does have some value. So I think in the value park, it's kind of what you were saying. I think it's I think it's Gillen or Burton are the 2 choices that I've got. But either way, part 2 is a little bit shorter than part 1. Make sure you go back and check out the first live stream before the massive thunderstorm rolled through our area and cut that one short unexpectedly. But either way, good luck today. Hey, let me know how your lineups turn out, or if you happen to bet on anything. If what I've put out has helped you win a little bit of money, that's cool. If it's been just entertaining, that works too. Love the interaction, family man. Come back in, I guess, 2 weeks. Might put together a truck thing, but I mean, there's just nothing. What's my Twitter handle? I typically do well at road courses. I'd like to send you a screenshot if I do. Yeah, it is Racing in the Draft, all one word. And I think Twitter did something weird with it. Let me pull my Twitter up. I don't tweet a whole lot. Do a lot more of just replying and things. Oh yeah, if anybody ever hasn't done this, but random fantasy picks with can't ever pronounce his last name, but this guy, it's kind of cool. We'll kind of go back to this, but so it's Racing in the DRA1. I don't know why I put the 1 there. Maybe it was too long and it said, hey, we're just going to put a 1 here. Yeah, so just do the DRA1. Yeah, would love to follow there. But this is kind of cool. Let's see if it pulls up here. Yeah, so it's a random fantasy generator. So literally, you're not picking anything. A computer generates your pick. And so in the standings, I'm actually not doing bad. I did miss one race. You have to actually go click on it every week. Yeah, so I'm 335th, and I've only started 14. I've had 2 top 5, 4 top 10s. But yeah, it's kind of cool. Hey, I appreciate that, family man. Thank you. Yeah, this is really cool. And the other new one that I just found is Prize Picks. And maybe I'll do a little video on that this week since we're off, and kind of talk about Prize Picks. They kind of follow along with I can pull that up. Prize. So it's daily fantasy made easy. So pretty much, I don't know if I can log in. I just found this last week from another guy that does a lot of fantasy stuff. Nascar. So pretty much they give you the drivers, and they give you what they potentially think their fantasy score is going to be. And you know, you pick on at least 2. So you pick on Kyle Larson and let's say Daniel Suarez. And then you come over here and you pick over or under. So if you think Kyle Larson is going to get more fantasy points of 53.5, you click the over, Daniel Suarez over, and then it comes down here and it kind of gives you some odds. So, you know, $5, it'll win you 15. So it's kind of a neat way to play it on a different fantasy play. So I think it's kind of cool. I think I actually have a referral code. Yeah, so I'll throw this in the chat real quick. So, right. Then here's my promo code. I don't know what it gets you. Let's see. For every friend that signs up and deposits, we'll give you $25 in promo funds instantly. Yeah, so cool. That'd be a great way to help support me. And I just started playing it last week. It's kind of fun. It's kind of neat. But yeah, hit me up there. Have a great weekend and good luck. And I'm going to try to stay safe. I think we're done with thunderstorms, at least for the short term. Hopefully it doesn't interrupt the race too much. But the race should be clean and green, at least until they knock down a wall and throw a red flag. But I think weather-wise, we are in good shape for California. All right, you guys have a great weekend. Let me know how your picks come out, and we will talk to you in 2 weeks, or a little bit less. Have a great weekend, and good luck.
Take a good deep breath. Get ready to roll here. Only about one thing tonight, getting the W's, so got to be around at the end to do that. Get ready to roll tonight, boys. Let's go have some fun.
Don't get me any more fired up than I already am.
all the way to the checker. You are fine. Nobody's got to run. Checker time, baby!
Hell yeah!
Proud of you there, Matt. Good job, pal.
Thanks, man. Good job all day.
Great work, my man. Great work. Keep putting yourself in position. We'll win our share, right? We got one back today, brother. Good job.
Great job, guys.
Excellent work, my man. Excellent work. Thank you.
Man, that's awesome. Set out with a goal, we got it here, bud. Thank you very much.
Really proud of you, man. Drove your butt off tonight. We had the fastest car here, bud.
Probably killed our deal there. Just feel like I gave one away.
Yeah, boys. Way to rebound. Great job.
Great job, bud. Really good job. Appreciate you hanging in there with us all weekend.
What a weekend. Good job. Thank you.